Yeah. How are you running your race?
Hi guys, welcome to the squad announcement today. We're seeing Kenny doing live press conference in here and then we're doing the dailies and Sundays in the boardroom, so 10-15 minutes from here, if that's okay. And everything which is then here is live. Cultural Cell, Ashley, do you want to get some away?
Stephen, it's fair to say that the Ireland job it's a tough gig. Since coming in as Ireland manager, you definitely tried to nurture, develop talent, play a more of a possession style, an attacking style of play, but unfortunately just haven't been able to get those wins. Taking on the role, I'm sure you thought it would be a tough gig. Did you think it would be this tough?
Yeah, listen, that's a big question. You know, that's encompassing how you want to speak about it. You know, the whole. Really, you know, I think the squad that we selected today reflects the work sort of we've done over the last 3 seasons. I think, you know, it's been obviously a radical change in personnel. A team at the end of its cycle we inherited, and a lot of the players who were backing that up for whatever reason, that they seem to their careers when they might drop the division or so. Turn it kind of way, you know, drop the division or so. So a lot of these players now, their careers are on the rise. You know, they're only going to improve. They're only going to be becoming better. And I think the squad reflects the work that we've done. And I'm happy with it, and we're excited about playing Holland and Amsterdam. Holland and Amsterdam is a really exceptional game. You know, obviously they've got to win to qualify. They'll qualify regardless, but the fact that if they win, they qualify will be a big night for them, and it's a big game for us. And followed by New Zealand at home, of course, in the final game. So we want to prepare well this week, and you know, we look forward to it.
I know you said you know there's a lot of talent there. You're excited by it, but it must be frustrating at the same time to not be getting those results that you'd hope to get.
Yeah, I think. Listen, we were in the proverbial group of death. I think we had. I was at the draw, for example, with Northern Ireland in Switzerland, and they were 5th seeds, and they had Slovenia, Finland, Kazakhstan, etc. We were 3rd seed. We ended up with France, Holland, Greece. I think our performance against France and Holland at home were really excellent performances, and obviously our wins against Gibraltar. What's obviously disappointing aspect that is obviously the performance to lose the games against Greece that we did, and you know, I take responsibility for that, and you know that's something I have to take responsibility for. But overall, attitude to players, application, determination, and a high level of skill in a lot of the matches. A lot of the games that we've managed against all the that we've had against the top teams over the years: Portugal home and away, Serbia home and away, Scotland home and away, France at home this year, Holland at home this year, the centenary game against Belgium. They've been all top class games of football, absolutely top class games of football, and I think people have seen that and enjoyed that and watched it. You're right, we just haven't won enough, and particularly this year the games against Greece that we lost, and as I said, that's the disappointing aspect.
And just finally, for me, I know it's unsure yet what is to happen, but it sounds like you might need more time. Do you feel like you want to stay on as a longer period of time as Ireland manager because you need more time to develop this squad?
I'm not making a plea. I think I'm certainly not doing that. Listen, my contract is up at the end of after the New Zealand game. I've been very very privileged to manage Ireland. Transitional phase, but you can see the squad now the way it is, and all of those players, it's been a record amount of players have come through, and now a lot of those, some of them are in the Premier League. I think one of the things is that their international experience has really enhanced their club careers and their opportunities to get club moves. Several of the players they're been blooded in the international team early has really enhanced their ability to get, you know, to get the moves that they have. When people seeing them perform at an international level, that's encouraged them, and you can go right through the team for that. There's 8 or 9 players in that I would say. So definitely what happens next I've no control over, and So really, we're just focusing on having a good week, training, making sure we're ready for Holland, and then the last game against New Zealand, and you know that's it.
Gavin Kinfus.
Yeah, hi Stephen. Reports in one of today's papers saying that you're a contender for the vacant manager's job at Lincoln City. Is that accurate?
No, listen, you can be linked with any job, particularly as an international manager or whatever. Like, the only thing I'm concerned about is managing Ireland. That's the biggest job. No club job could compare to managing your country. It doesn't. You know, it doesn't. And managing your country is the biggest honour that could be bestowed upon you. And that's something, you know, I just want to do. You know, obviously, no decision is made for a few weeks in that regard, but whatever will be. You know, that's. I'm just focusing on the games and making sure we're well prepared.
Are you personally thinking about what's next?
I'm very focused on what we've got to do. After that, you know, I can make decisions after that, based on when I'm informed either way.
Yeah, and would that opportunity in Lincoln, if it's there, would that interest you?
I'm not discussing any individual club at this stage. You know.
And just on the squad itself, was Seamus far away, or is he on a standby?
I mean, obviously, we're regular contact with Seamus, and I spoke to him again this morning. But Seamus been out for 7.5 months. Like, so it's considered like it's a serious amount. Like, we'd love to have him here, but he's been out for 7.5 months. He played 45 and played 65 against Mansfield in the EFL. He's behind the closed doors game at Everton this week. You know, later this week, I think, to help him again. You know, progress to get match fitness. The Holland game, you know, it's probably a bridge too far to jump into an international game like that straight from there.
Eddie.
Stephen, just first on the squad, 2 goals and 2 assists for Sammy Smollett and the morning of the weekend. Can you explain why they're not in the squad?
Yeah, I didn't consider Sammy Smollett for selection. He obviously had to leave the camp on the second day in the last camp because of personal reasons, and those personal reasons haven't changed. He just can't be away for 10 days. His personal situation, he just can't be away for 10 days, so he couldn't be considered. But Andy obviously Andy got injured playing for Blackburn. He's been out for a few weeks. He came back and played well. We're not going to play him in Holland, so Jim needs him. You know, it's part of his development, the under-21 internationals as well against Norway. We'll review it for the New Zealand situation. We'll see how we are, and because Andy, obviously, we regard Andy very highly, and he played well last Sunday. You're right, against Norwich, he played very well.
You mentioned the New Zealand game. You said you called it the final game.
Of the year.
I know, in your mind, do you think that's going to be your final game of your game?
Listen, it may well be the case. You know, it may well be the case. I can't be certain on any of these things, but regardless, we'll be professional in our approach, and you know, and we'll have to see. We'll have to see on that. That those decisions are out of my control. You know, for sure.
Just in that case, if that was the case, do you think you leave the international football, Irish football in general, in a stronger place than it was? And do you think you may have even damaged your own reputation in the process? Is that, or do you think you're happy enough with your reputation?
I think those are questions maybe I can answer at the end. You know, at the end rather than now. And I think I've already spoken about earlier in the conference about various things, and so really looking forward to the game against Holland, the game against New Zealand. I like the squad. I hope obviously no one gets injured the weekend. You know, that everyone comes through the games. Obviously some players are playing tonight in Europe, and some are playing. 7 of them are playing Sunday, so it affects your training. 7 of them are playing on Sunday, so so hopefully everyone comes through fit, which would be great, and we can pick a strong team in Holland and have a go.
Gavin Tennessee?
Stephen, you aim to build a squad to be competitive at Euro 2028 or 2024. Whether that happens or not, is this squad strong enough to compete at a major tournament?
Well, probably even in a major tournament, you probably wouldn't get games a lot of times. Not to play Holland and France are the pinnacle, like the two of the top teams in the world. France, in my opinion, are the best team in the world, and then after that, Holland are obviously a lot of world class players. They don't have the depth of France, they don't have the depth of France, but they have a lot of good players. I think I know it's been well documented. We're disappointed. It was an objective to qualify for Germany. We haven't achieved that. I understand that. I'm not shying away from that. That was an objective, and it was difficult to achieve. And obviously, in the group we got, extremely difficult. I think it's been well documented about the European Championship's been here in 4 years, and I think that team will be very strong then. There's no doubt about that. A lot of the players will be in their peak in those periods, so that'll be a pivotal time, and obviously the World Cup draw as well. So we'll have to see on that.
Any further questions for the live?
Stephen, you talked about players improving their club career as a result of their performances with Ireland. Obviously, Jose Pene is getting a lot of attention at the minute for his performances with Town. How pleased are you to see him performing well in the Premier League and getting praise from out abroad and like bring line up and has known before?
Yeah, he's a breath of fresh air, Chio, and I think he's an example to every young player how to have a determination to prove how professional you need to be, and level of humility he brings to every single day. And so he gives everything of himself all the time, and like he had to play when we capped him, he was playing wing back in League One. He wasn't even playing in the forward positions, he was playing wing back, and we brought him in, and he deserves huge credit himself for the way he has because he got promoted, got relegated, had to go again in League One, and got to the Championship and played in a variety of positions there. Has got to the Premier League. He's had to wait. When we played Holland previously in the September window, he hadn't played much football coming into that game. He hadn't played because he was just finding his way. They were playing 3-5-2, Luton. They've sort of tweaked it now, and they're playing sort of 3-4-2-1 or 3-4-3. And he's been playing on both wings, on the left wing last week. So to make the steps that he has is a huge credit to him, and coming because obviously he was well aware of McCork, particularly Limerick, where he did really well at Limerick, and moved on from there to Brentford and Rotherham.
Thank you very much, guys. The dailies and Sunday section will be the ordering. Thank you very much.
Thank you.